What's good, gang, fam? So far on this channel, all I've really done is give instructions. Even though I am Professor Daddy and does what professors do, um, I feel like perhaps it's time we move away from the desks and over to the campfire while I tell you some bedtime stories about what it's like to have a lizard. I've had this lizard for over 7 years, so that means I have plenty of stories about her, and I have plenty of mistakes I've made with her. So hopefully you can learn from my mistakes, or just enjoy the slop content I'm making. Okay, let's just get right into it. I'm not gonna bore you with a 30-minute long intro. Story number 1, the baseball practice incident. So for some background information, I love letting my lizard run around the house. I think it's boring for an animal to just be stuck in a cage all day, so I always take her out at least once a day. You kind of don't have to do that, but I just do it because that's how I spend time with my pet, so do it if you want to. Just don't let them get lost or cold. Anyway, so back when I was a wee lad, probably like 9, I was upstairs playing around my brother, and I had my lizard running around his room. My brother had a bunk bed. I didn't sleep on the top of the bunk bed or the bottom or anything. He just had it from when I used to. So for some reason, I put Brittany on the top bunk bed, and I kept an eye on her, and she just kind of chilled there. I think she liked it up there or something. Anyway, so we were playing. I had Brittany on the bunk bed. Then it was time for baseball practice. I used to do baseball with my brother. Not softball, because I was hashtag not like the other girls. But anyway, I'm at baseball practice. We're doing the runs, doing the drills, blah, blah, blah. Everything's going great. Come to the end of practice, I had an epiphany. I left Brittany on the bunk bed. She was not in her cage. She was on top of the bunk bed. So I left her there, forgot about her, went back to playing, and then left my house. So I shamefully approached my dad, told him what happened, and we had to leave practice early. When I got back to my brother's room, Brittany was on the top bunk, and she was asleep. She did not jump off. She didn't get lost. She just fell asleep. So that could have ended terribly, but it didn't. She just got a little cold and then got a nap. Don't make that mistake. If you're leaving the house, make sure your lizard is in their cage. Okay, next story, the gift shop incident. So a couple videos back, I talked about how I like to take my lizard outside, and you should take your lizard outside too, because the actual sun is better than the UVB they get in their cage. For humans and for reptiles, one of the best places to get sun is the beach. So I often took my lizard to the beach, especially because I live like a 10-minute bike ride away from one. Now, by this beach, there is a gift shop, and they sold ice cream. Specifically the Choco Tacos that are discontinued. What was wrong with the Choco Tacos? Why did they have to get discontinued? Because I miss them every single day. They were the best thing that was ever invented. And then they just took it away from us. Anyway. So obviously this was a while ago at the age when Choco Tacos roamed the earth. So I was in there, and the lady at the cash register saw that I had a lizard because I just got back from the beach. So what was I going to do with my lizard? I was going to take her with me in the store. This lady then proceeds to ask me to leave because I guess they can't have animals in the store for some health code violation or something. Okay, I would have been cool with that. My mom was there. She would have gotten me my Choco Taco anyway, and I just would have waited outside with Brittany. But, she didn't really, ask me to leave. It wasn't quite a polite request. It was more like, leave! So my mom was mad because the lady behind the counter started making a scene over a tiny lizard and a tiny girl. It's not like my lizard was jumping on people's faces and slobbering on all the chips. I just left. Now, this, kids, is what you don't do if you see a lizard out in public. I'm cool with not having lizards in buildings because of, a health code thing, but, it seems that she was kind of scared of Brittany for some reason, and made it my problem when I was 11. Okay, this next section is more of a rant than a story, but just hear me out. So, bearded dragons you might think are kind of common pets, and most people know what they are by now, right? No, nobody knows what that lizard is.
Oh my god, what is that? Oh my god! What is that?
So I go outside, and people mistake her for some very wacky things. Two most common ones are iguanas and Komodo dragons. Most iguanas are green, and they have like spines, and their heads are a completely different shape, and they're a lot bigger. And like a Komodo dragon, like I kind of get it because the names are similar, but also like be for real. Do you know anything about Komodo dragon? I would not be taking a Komodo dragon out on a hike. Komodo dragons are like eldritch horror monsters, okay? Then of course once in a while I'll hear someone mistake her for a gecko, which is also dumb. Geckos have much different eyes and are typically a lot smaller. But I'll kind of forgive that one. But I've heard her get called some really crazy things. Somebody online thought she was a frog once. And once at the beach, she got called a fish. Albeit it's from a distance, so like, it looked like I was holding a fish, but also it was kind of mean. Okay, last story, the Tic Tac incident. So this was more recent. This happened a couple months ago. So for some context, my lizard is extremely dumb. She has like one brain cell that's bouncing around her head. So she's always attempting to eat things that are completely inedible. So one day I was eating a Tic Tac in front of her, and she literally stole it from out of my mouth because it was green. And I took an audio recording of when it happened, and I'll just let you guys listen to it.
I have green Tic Tacs next to me, and Brittany thought it was food, and she tried to eat it. She tried to eat it, but it was so crunchy that it like shot out. It shot out of her mouth, and it went flying into my face.
Moral of the story, don't let your lizard eat inedible objects. They'll either eat it and get an upset tummy, or they'll launch it at your face. Anyway, I hope you guys learned something. Feel like if I have a channel telling you about a lizard, I can't just pretend that everything goes totally well with mine. The truth is, my lizard and I share brain cells sometimes, and that brain cell is not very big or powerful.